the Doc is Hope here, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well and having a great week so far. So I am coming to you today. I have finished my Valentine's Day dress. So this is going to be a bit of a mashup between a pattern review and my Valentine's Day dress sewing plans reveal. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up down below. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that. Hit that subscribe button so we can continue to hang out together and you guys can continue to catch these fun videos once a week. All right, guys. Well, without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, you guys. So like I shared with you last week, my sewing plans to sew up Vogue 1674, which is this beautiful dress that I have had in my pattern stash for a while. I sewed up View B, which is just one main fabric. There was the option to do some contrasting like here, but I decided to just go with one color and I chose red. So as you all remember, I chose this really nice red Ponte knit with that really nice stretch. And I love how it turned out for this dress. So let's talk about the pattern. Here you have the line drawings. Again, you have view A, B, C, and D. And then as you can see, view A is the contrasting dress with the one shoulder. View B is just one solid color with one shoulder. View C is a bit of a crisscross front off the shoulders with contrasting, and then view D is the crisscross with just a solid color. So very cute options there. I'll show you the front again so you can see all of those live and up close. I love this too. Oh my goodness. So things about this dress, it is fully lined. It's a close fitting dress with an invisible side zipper. Yes, the side zipper is there, y'all. Fabric suggestions are your two-way stretch knits, such as rayon spandex, cotton spandex. I did not use either one of those. Again, I chose a Ponte knit, which I love. The weight of it to me was good for like a winter, fall type of warmer fabric for this pattern. And so that's why I went with this Ponte, and it was just gorgeous in that red color. So your notions, you will need a 14-inch invisible zipper for your side, as well as some seam binding. There is some work on the bodice that you'll need to use seam binding to do some of the gathering on the side of your bodice. If you're sewing up view A or B, you'll also need 1.5 yards of 1/4 inch elastic. That's going to be used at the neckline as well as the sleeve. So those are the two places where you will need to use that elastic just to hold everything in place. If you're sewing up view A and B, again, you'll need one package of 1/2 inch wide single fold bias tape. So those are your notions. This pattern is rated easy, as you can see here, which I agree with for the most part. It was not difficult. Directions were very straightforward. Some other things about this pattern. There are a total of 12 pieces in this pattern, which you will not use all of them depending on which dress version you choose to make. It was very easy to cut out. Of course, the only thing is that you'll have to cut out your fashion fabric and then also your lining fabric. So keep that in mind. But not difficult, not tedious to cut out at all. I did have to cut a size up from what I'm usually used to sewing. I normally sew a lot of McCall's patterns, normally sew anywhere from a 14 to 16 in those. And with Vogue, I had to sew an 18. So do keep that in mind. Make sure you look at your measurements before you buy or cut, the pattern just to make sure that you get the right size. As far as the fabric layout or the pattern layout on your fabric, I really loved this one because it was very straightforward to me. Again, I sewed up view B or dress B. So first I folded my fabric right sides facing, one fold from the bottom to the top and one fold from the top to the bottom, meeting kind of in the middle. And I placed piece 3 and 4 on the fold at the top and the fold at the bottom and cut those out. And then I opened out the rest of my fabric on a single layer of fabric, right side facing up. And I cut out pieces 1, 2, 6, and 8. And that was it. So I liked how straightforward that cutting layout was. So you guys, what I was talking about earlier with the seam binding, the notion that you'll need is right at the beginning of this pattern for your bodice, you'll make a stay out of some seam binding, which is here. And you'll actually pin that down to the side of your bodice and use that to gather that side to keep it in place. And then you'll secure your threads. That way, when you go to sew the front to the back of your bodice, that is gathered enough to actually match the back side of the bodice. Hopefully that makes sense, but once you sew it up, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so there was a little bit of understitching that needed to be done for this pattern, mainly at the neckline and then again at the shoulder, just to make sure that your lining rolled under, that it did not, stick out over your fabric, but that it turned properly inside of the garment. So there is a little bit of understitching that needed to be done. So keep that in mind as well. Of course, there's a little bit of slip stitching that needs to be done at the sleeves, as well as your bottom hem of this dress. And then you'll have to also attach your fashion fabric to your lining at the bottom hem using a French tack in between those two pieces. So that nice little bundle of stitches that's kind of like a line of stitches or a string or rope, if you will, that joins your fashion fabric to your lining and make sure that they don't separate and get lost from one another. So keep that in mind as well. So overall, you guys, I think this dress took me about anywhere from 4 to 6 hours of working time to completely put together. I did break that up over a few days just because I had other things that I needed to do. So overall, not a long project. I think you could probably sew it up in a day if you had a full day to devote to it. But yeah, overall, I give this pattern an A. To me, it checked all the boxes. The ease of putting it together, the final product, the instructions, everything to me was just great. Nothing that I didn't like about this pattern or how it turned out. So definitely think about picking this one up, you guys. If you've already sewn this up, let me know. If you're thinking about it or if you want to sew it up, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, hopefully you can make this dress and wear it for your next date night or your next party or whatever type function you have coming up. I think it's a great dress for holidays, a great dress for Valentine's Day, obviously, even wedding season. That might be coming up. That might be a great place to wear this dress too. But again, guys, let me know down in the comments if you plan to pick this one up. All right, you guys, well, hopefully you enjoyed this pattern review. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up down below. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that. Hit that subscribe button so we can continue to hang out together and you guys can catch these fun videos once a week. All right, you guys. Well, until next time, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you later.